You're going to want to stop. I'm Bullhorn Betty. We cover true crime. We've got arrests. Arrests just coming in from Ahmed. Ahmed is telling us that the parents were arrested at 8:22, obviously Pacific time. They're in California. I'm in Florida. So I believe this happened like 20 or so minutes ago. They said the house, the front door has been kicked in, that both of the parents were arrested. I just watched Ahmed on Instagram. He was saying that he got some inside source, law enforcement connects that said it's happening right now. Get out there, get out there. He was running, trying to get out there. I don't think he got the shot. I wish of all people, I wish he got the arrest shot. It doesn't sound like he did, but it sounds like somebody did. It sounds like there is some media out there that was there on the scene to catch this arrest. I don't know when we're going to see that footage, but it sounds like it was not pretty. They went in and busted the door down. So that's what I am learning right now. We have arrests and baby Emmanuel. The people that are saying that there is an arrest, I believe, I trust. This is not a joke. This is not anything. They have been caught. These people deserve. Both have been arrested. Both been arrested. That's what I'm hearing. Rebecca as well as Jake are arrested. They are officially in police custody. Even if they don't have the homicide charge for the baby, they're going to have charges like lying to law enforcement and other things like that. But they are in jail right now. There are people breaking that on X right now. It's been broken on Instagram by Ahmed. He's been boots on the ground from the beginning of this case. He's somebody that I have been watching since the beginning of this case. Right now on YT, Mr. and Mrs. the crime dogs, were there as it was breaking. That's how I learned about it. And of course, after verification of the information myself, it is official. We have Jake and Rebecca Haro, their front door kicked in, arrested, treated the way they should have been treated. These San Bernardino, you know what, there's always a lot of flack about law enforcement across this country. Sorry, it's raining outside of the studio right now. But we have a lot of law enforcement that are raked over. But who do you call when there's an emergency? We all still pick up the phone and call 911. And you know what? There's always somebody on the other end of the phone. There should be. And there's always somebody coming out to you, whether it takes a while or not. These people had an uphill battle, and law enforcement stayed focused. They got the job done. And guys, of all times to be applauding law enforcement, right now is that time. Because San Bernardino showed up and showed out and got this case solved and done and under control in record time. This was good policing, okay? We've got no qualms right now. And every now and again, saying that a boy, thank you, good job, it goes a long way. And I think we all have a debt of gratitude that we owe to law enforcement that's handling this case. Has the baby been found? I don't know. I'm not hearing that, folks. I'm really not. As sad as this is, remember, they dug up the yard and they took part of their floor out. We heard that there was blood somewhere in the house. Hold on, here we're getting some information in. What does it say right now? It says they're taping it off now. They're taping it off now. So they have now taken control of the home. When they cut that flooring out, if they are charged with a homicide and no body, that means that whatever they cut out would have been so much bodily fluid and or blood that whoever that belonged to would not have survived those injuries. And that might be what we're looking at here. This is all, speculation. There's nothing right now. The only facts that we have, folks, I don't want anybody misjudge. The only facts we have is that these parents are arrested. We don't know what their charges are. we owe a debt of gratitude to first responders, law enforcement, everybody, federal, state, local, that work together hand in hand to get this case on track and to find out what's going up. We're hearing that they're putting up tape around the house now. They're treating the house as the crime scene. They did not believe these parents' story from the beginning. A lot of you guys didn't believe this story from the very beginning. How incredibly sad this all is, and how incredibly preventable this all was. These parents should have never had this child. And I had kind of a little hearts, because a lot of us come from domestic violence. We know how controlling people are. But Rebecca was a piece of garbage before she got with Jake, just like Jake was a piece of garbage before he got with Rebecca. It seems like Jake had this habit of finding just the same kind of piece of garbage in his relationships from one woman to another, because all of them turned out to be disgusting. Look at Vanessa. You know, we have no bleeding heart for her. She was drinking with 2 pregnancies, and one that has the fetal alcohol syndrome, and the other one that is now in a wheelchair for life. And they only got 180 days. Jake got 180 days work release, and she got 120-day work release. Or 120-day work release. That's not justice. That's not justice when you almost unalive a 10-week-old baby. That's bullcrap in my book, and I'm not going to say otherwise. And this should have never happened, especially with their history. And Rebecca's not much different. She has adult children she has nothing to do with. What child doesn't want their mother in their life? You tell me that. And she just walks away. She has no mothering. We wonder how she could sit here and watch this man do what he did. Look at her. She walked away from other sets of children. Her other kids didn't even know she was remarried or had children. That's, to me, sick. So you have 2 adults here that have willful disregard to human life and their own children's lives, and it shows because of their history. And they should have been these children should have been taken directly from her hands when she gave birth to them, if he was going to be in that home. There should have been more oversight when you found out that a guy as violent as him was inside the home. They are arrested. For those that are coming in, we have arrests today. They kicked in the door. They're putting up the crime scene tape. And as we are speaking, folks, as we are live right now, they are putting crime scene tape up around the home. Right now, as we are speaking, right now on this live chat, the 2 people up here are going to jail. I pray to God they do not get bond. I pray to God they do not get a light sentence. The whole world is watching California. You failed these children once before. Let's not repeat history here. Because I have a funny feeling with the kind of level that this baby, the love of the community and the world that this baby has, you do not want to mess with the true crime community, because we will be up in arms if we hear of another 180-day work release sentence. That will not be acceptable. This kind of law from our courts is no longer acceptable in our country. If you don't like how I'm talking, there's a block button and you can leave. But you don't know me and you do not want to be disrespectful in my chat. One, I'll block you and cuss you out. I'm not a nice person when it comes to these victims. Okay? So you act right or leave. This child has the love of all of us. And we are not going to tolerate any more of courts or our judicial system allowing parents to maim their children and get a slap on the wrist. It is no longer acceptable. If you guys see it, please start sending that stuff to Bullhorn Betty. Because after all this court crap that I'm done with, I'll be out there in these communities. We're going to be out there advocating for these babies and other victims of crime. But you know what? California gets a bad rap with their law enforcement and lawlessness out there. And while, yes, there's a part of that in here too, because let's face it, a 10-week-old deserved more than her parents getting 180 days at best. She deserved more than that. She deserved better from California than that. So we're praying, because of how swiftly California is acting now, that will not be the outcome for Jake ever again. He needs to be behind bars immediately. And he needs to stay there for life. For life. And as far as I'm concerned, Rebecca had every opportunity to come forward, and she chose she chose not to. Over and over and over again. And she chose to protect the abuser. And according to our laws, because she stood idly by and did nothing repeatedly, she's just as culpable. And that means she is as if she did it herself. And that is exactly how she should be charged. She wanted to lie with this man. She wanted to lie for this man. She can go down right along with him, because that should have been number one. And it wasn't. I'm right there with you, Jackie. I'm DP. I'm a barbaric woman. If you don't know how barbaric I am, I believe the punishment should be whatever they did to their victims should be done to them. That's how barbaric I am. I am a barbaric woman when it comes to these suspects and what they do to humans. What we see here on these channels is the worst of humanity. And quite frankly, I don't want it living next to me, and I don't want it living next to you. We deserve better. We deserve better. All of us. All of us. So great news. I'm going to let you guys go to the content creators that might be running feeds live, but now's the time to start watching these lives. If you guys capture anything interesting, please don't forget to send it to me, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'm on lives throughout the day on different platforms. I'd love to share that stuff around. So if you guys find something, even if it's not related to this case, just another case that's interesting to you, please don't forget about me. I run the cases, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. They are in custody, Diane. It is a great day right now. I feel like justice. This is what should have happened in Sebastian's case. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers should have gotten the same exact type of policing. Sumner County shit on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. They shit on him. This is the kind of policing that he deserved. And I just want to say that. Shame on Sumner County, shame on Sumner County, shame on Sumner County. Congratulations, Bernardino, California. You know? It's sad. This is the policing we should have across this country. And we shouldn't be expected anything less. Because, you know, when you have crap policing, you know who suffers? The victim. Somebody like Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Just don't forget that. All right, guys, rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe.